surgical steps. We are in the digital transformation age. The most important product, robotic assisted surgery. This satisfaction is published near 20% in total knee replacement. But I want to show one case. This is my chief cases. You know the Miller Galante prosthesis, and 25 years old. Different alignment philosophies not discussed in this time, and classical type polyethylene use now is 25 years old prosthesis. Okay, everybody talking about the anatomical changes. We have different patients, and we need to focus now in the ligament balancing. Robotic technology is one of the tools you can evaluate together and then make the surgeries together. And then cutting the planes in 3 planes with according to your plane. And we can make different surgeries to different patients with these robotic tools. And whatever you want for the alignment philosophy, within the boundaries you can use these robotic technologies. Previously we have one surgeon, one patient. Now we have new tools I mentioned. I'm today talking about the CORI. This is FDA approval taking 2020. Previously we used Navio. Navio system is interactive, surgeon controlled, handheld bearing system. But the system imaging mapping is taking a long time, but the CORI is more faster in the burying the bone, also the mapping issue. Also you can use the special cutting blocks during the surgery to decrease the time consumption. We have 5 steps, 5 chapters, 25 steps from intraoperative preparation to free imaging collection, planning, bone cutting, shaping, and the trail implant and postoperative evaluation. Don't forget the primary knee principles with the robotics. Please make your own way for the robotics for steps previously mentioned in previous video session is very good. Robotic surgery, you can organize all the components in both plans, 3 plans. But don't forget, both systems put the first imaging in mechanical alignment. If you want to use the different alignment philosophies, you need to change it according to patient boundaries. And the osteophytes, very important for the both system. In our healthcare service, in our hospital, we have the both system. I have experienced both of them. The osteophytes is the most important part of this robotic surgery. You can make a mistakes in the size, also ligament balancing due to these osteophytes. And also for the tibia, you can make a mistake for mediolateral AP distance and aspect ratio also. Here is a small video presentation. I refer quickly to other steps. Sorry. Yes. I prefer, if I make a unilateral to barrel technique for femoral side. But if I make a bilateral knee, I will use the same technique with previous mentioned a hybrid technique for femoral cut. For the tibia, I will going quickly because we have a video session. For the tibia, I am using routinely, this is the hybrid technique we used, and then we verification with the verification probe to osteotomies according to our plan. For the tibia, we use twin packs here to open the packs, and then also control again with the verification probes, then pin, and then going to cutting according to our plane. I agree with the previous speaker. This is accurate for the surgeries. You put it. When you put it, there is a little movements. If you fix it in this position, you can make a mistake. You need to always check the positioning of the twin pegs with your verification probe. Okay, this is some results of the patients. Also, the sagittal target of our patients in our series is maximum 8 degrees. Both tibial slope and the femoral sagittal positioning. Also, this fresh image-free system is helpful for the see the real bone defects, and then you can evaluate the bone defects. According to bone defects, you can organize your balance, and then within the boundaries you can make robotics in this kind of cases like this. According to our series, we use similar design systems, and we compare the same surgeons team, and robotics is make less constraint and less thinner. This means more stable. This is the, I think, main aim of the robotic systems, because otherwise if you not make a stable knee, is make a too much stress in the MCL and then making pain. This is another study we are continuing. One side is robotic, the other one is conventional. Same surgeon make the same surgery. One side is robotic. You see left side is PS constraint insert. Normal distal cutting sometimes make avulsion of the, if there is a too tightness, make this kind of problems. Robotics also helpful for the stability of the joint. And then we can use previous osteotomy cases in this kind of technologies. Also, we compare the learning curve of both systems. Both of them is contains similar alignment philosophies, and both of them is nearly accurate in the total knee. Does the femoral joint line reconstruction evaluated both systems. The other advantage of this system, image-free system, you can use this system in the revisions of the aseptic loosening of the unicondylary prosthesis. You can evaluate the patient femoral anatomy without taking the implants, like the cartilage mapping for the femur, and also you can mapping the tibia again. With the special points, you can put special points where is the implant positioning and the depth of the bone defect, and then according to your planning you can continue with the robotic system again. For the lesion also there is a new software I think is coming for the revisions. You can use the system for aseptic revisions, not septic revisions, and then you can define the defect with probe without cut, before the cutting, and then you can easily apply the total knee arthroplasty in this of cases with good ligament stability. Okay, in Turkey we have a kebabçı is a good restaurant, is famous restaurant. Now the production is total knee arthroplasty is the same, but in nowadays the product is sell in different situations to sell customers. Be careful about that. But robotic surgery is important because we take a lot of points and then we collect data, but we need to see the results. The patellofemoral assisted tracking is coming, I think, is working on the Smith and Nephew group. And the important thing is patient. Because of that, we need to always secure our patients. A lot of ethnic differences is also is controversial for our patients with conventional implants, also robotics. This is the important thing we can discuss in the future discussions, the ethnicity. We need the target zones for the patients. This is Marshall Bonin paper. This is accepted this year. It's a very good paper. What's the boundaries of the varus and valgus knees? And we have an opportunity to make 4 weeks ago in the Istanbul World Expert Meeting, 64 controversial questions discussed. Every question contained nearly 11 faculty, and then each faculty members make a systematic review each questions. Nearly 200 papers for each questions. One of the important questions belong to us. I am the liaison. Does the robotic surgery lead to improved outcomes? We discussed together here. These are the faculty members, one of them India. This is the result of the these questions. The use of robotics appears to improve radiological alignment in coronal plane for primary knee, but there is no clear improvement in function or outcome measurements. This is the voting results of the 500 experts, but these systematic reviews contain both systems, older system and newer system. We need a newer system evaluation systematic review to show robotics improvements. And another question I am working on and with the other faculty, Komos from Greece. Is there a difference in the outcome primary knee arthroplasty performed kinematic versus mechanical alignment? The kinematic alignment results in improved patients in short term, but there is no clear evidence for the long term. This is the result. Voting, you see very low positive votes for this question. Two concepts we have, and then don't forget to use your old car. This is my father's car. I learned to drive car in this car. Now, still this car working. Every week I can drive once a day. Please don't forget the mechanical alignment. Thank you very much.